The remaster of Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 from the 1996 trilogy is coming out February 14th of this year, so only in a couple of weeks. However, even with the release of the game being so close, the official Tomb Raider accounts have waited so long up until recently to start actually posting about the game. Crystal Dynamics hasn't been posting about the game almost at all, but recently there has been a light at the end of the tunnel because PlayStation posted a blog giving us some more information what's to come. Chris, I would try to pronounce his last name, but I genuinely cannot. Chris is the director at Aspyr, the main producers of this remaster. They say that they divided the production between 3 different categories: engineering, gameplay, and art. With their goal in engineering, Chris said, and I quote, "At the outset, we knew we would use the original source code and engine. Magic can't simply be rebuilt. A critical feature for any updates we made was to allow the users to toggle back to the original look and feel for Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. Personally, I think this is a great thing. I think it will really put together 2 communities from the old Tomb Raiders and the new Tomb Raiders to give a more modern feel to the game, while also still being able to go back to that original feel and the original gameplay that older fans loved. Being able to go from the original PS2 graphics to now new modern graphics for the game with a more 3D style is going to be great for modern gamers and older gamers alike. I think what they're trying to do with this is try to bring 2 of those communities together to the best of their ability at least, while still keeping the original justice to the original games, because they didn't change the games. They're just changing the graphics, the 3D aspects, and just how the game looks overall. All the adjustable settings, I believe, are a game changer for this remaster, allowing new and old players to enjoy the game the way they want to enjoy it. A lot of people have been wondering how the gameplay is going to feel like, since they plan on keeping the original controls from the 1996 original. However, in this article it revealed that they are going to have 2 different settings called Modern Control and Tank Control. I know younger fans like myself might prefer a similar format to the controls that we're used to with other new games, but still allowing those older fans again to enjoy the controls that they are used to as well. It's really a win-win on Aspyr and Crystal Dynamics' part. Now, with the actual enemies in the game, it is confirmed that they will have health bars that will appear on the screen when you fight them and will help you decide how to fight. A very basic feature that most games now have, but definitely great for boss fights in general. Doesn't matter if it's Tomb Raider or any other game. A health bar is always something that might be needed. There will also be many different guns in the game to help you decide how you'd like to fight, including Lara's original dual pistols and a rocket launcher, and just many more guns you can collect throughout the game. With a new addition, they decided to go ahead and add photo mode, which I personally don't see a major reason to have. I mean, we'll start seeing some cool pictures and clips from the community itself, which is cool. It doesn't really add anything to the gameplay, if that makes sense. It's very similar to what they had in the new reboot series, where you could pause the game, put Lara in different poses, different outfits, different facial expressions, and different settings. This mode is definitely meant for gamers who like having those pictures and memories, which I think is cool. All the graphics obviously had an upgrade for the remaster when it comes to a more modern 3D look. The more 3D style has been added, removing her classic pointed, also making water flow and look better on screen, and helping create that more immersed levels and puzzles throughout the game, and just overall better visual aspects, while still keeping that classic style and cartoonish feel to the game. For people who like to get trophies and unlock the hidden trophies, there will be over 200 trophies for you to unlock, even one for locking Winston in the freezer, a classic throwback to the original game where you could lock Winston the butler in the freezer. They also changed the trophy signs, but there'll be little pop-ups when you get a trophy on PlayStation, Xbox, whatever you play on. You'll get a little notification that you earned that trophy. Although Aspyr was the main developer for the game, they said to have worked closely with Crystal Dynamics in order to upscale the environments and creating real-time lighting effects, which I think was a great decision. Crystal Dynamics is known for their extraordinary games. They also worked together on these character models with new designs to try to stay as true to the originals as possible, with some small updates, of course. In conclusion to the article, they ended off with a nice quote. "We send our admiration and thanks to the Tomb Raider community for inspiring us to work on this lovingly restored edition of Tomb Raider 1 through 3. We'll see you on February 14th. Honestly, I could not be more excited for this game. I never really got to play the original games because none of the consoles I've played on allowed that, and I'm just overall ecstatic to be able to experience these for the first time myself, even though I have played every other game since the 2000s trilogy. It's going to be nice to experience those old games in a new modern way that will maybe make me enjoy them more. Just because I am kind of a stickler for graphics because I've grown up seeing all these nice, beautiful graphic games. Anyways, I'm super excited to dive more into the game when it officially comes out, and I will be playing it. But until then, see you later. Subscribe.